Celebration should be too. Find out more at tobinbrothers.com.au. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Sprained your ankle bursting through the banner? For bumps, breaks or bleeds, be seen sooner, close to home, at Knox Private 24/7 Emergency Department. You'll generally experience shorter wait times. Knox Private 24/7 Emergency, 262 Mountain Highway, Wanturna.
Running and jumping can be really painful for girls, especially in contact sport. Boob armour supports your breasts, minimises the bounce and guards against impact and injury. Feel confident, feel supported, available at boobarmour.com.au.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Welcome back to the Bull Ring. Beautiful halftime show there. Brett Beston, Scott Hardy and Paul Uconi summarising that first half where Noel Park were dominant, 42-point leaders, 7 straight goals, 9-3-57 to 2-3-15. They lead over Balwyn. Wayne Brasher, Tyler Lewis, before we get this second half underway, can you see any way of Balwyn getting back into this one?
Well, it'd have to be a complete form reversal. Noble Park would have to play like Balwyn did in the first half, and Balwyn are going to have to play like Park did in the second half, because that's the only way I feel that Balwyn are going to win, Tyler.
Oh, they've got to kick 3 or 4 really quickly, I think. Get on the board real early in the third here.
Have you noticed any changes of sorts?
Well, Lyle's still at centre forward, so they haven't made the change there.
No, they haven't at all. So Anderson goes up in the ruck against Byers. Good start by Sean Cross. Got his hands on the footy. Inside forward 50 immediately. Will it sit up for the ball and forwards? And they'll get another stoppage. So pretty good start there for the Tigers. Sean Cross, he was pretty quiet in that first half by his standards, Brash.
Yeah, he's been... they've chopped... The Noble Park have chopped him up, really.
So Byers won the hit out. That is out of bounds on the full node from Kyle Martin, the clearance. And umpire Dan Beard says throw it in. I think in the big time that it would have been deliberate. There was absolutely Kyle Martin had no intention of passing that to anyone. But nonetheless, here we go. This boundary umpire, best arm in the business. Throws it in right in front of us here in the commentary position. Anderson won the hit out straight down, coming through his Oaks, but he got pinched by Kyle Martin. Little left foot ball. Will it sit up for Tom Glenn at will? Glenn gathers. Handball in the end over the top of Kevin Keane. Francis came up to meet it, but it's all ball. And Jaffa Williams took the tackler. Handball to Oaks. Handball to McDermott. Popped it up the line. Is there a free kick? Downfield. Downfield against Keane. So to go to McCaffrey. He's got a good boot on him, McCaffrey. Haley's the target. Good looking kick. Got the one-on-one with Tua. Beautiful stuff from Charlie Haley, and the skipper can go back and line up for his first and a much-needed start for Balwyn.
Yeah, good kick to position for McCaffrey there.
As we go down to the boundary line with Brett Beston.
Thanks, boys. Couldn't get to Steve Hughes at half-time, but I spoke to Shane Allen, the 200-game man, and the message was very simple. Just keep the pressure on from a Noble Park point of view.
So Haley directly in front, 30 metres out. Much-needed goal for Balwyn. Very close to the man on the mark. But he's kicked it.
Needs to do that.
Big celebration from the Balwyn skipper. They get there first of the second half. Balwyn 3-3-21. Noble Park 9-3-57. That first 2 minutes, Tyler, that's promising for us as neutrals.
Yes, they needed to hit the scoreboard very quickly, and they need to do it repeatedly. So that first one's great. It's a great start, but they need to do it again.
Just quickly as well for Charlie Haley. That's his first goal in almost 3 weeks. Obviously, James Ross kept him goalless. Had the week off last week. Just the 2 behinds before that shot at goal. So, and it was a beautiful kick from McCaffrey. And Tua's doing everything right. Steve Hughes really rates him. He did everything right there, but Charlie Haley, great body work. So can Balwyn make Noble a little bit nervous? McCaffrey and Glenn going at it on the wing. It looks like they're the two that are going to play on this close wing as sort of quasi on ballers. Anderson with the leap again. Byers, though, roved it, and then Oakes came through. And we'll have another ball up. So looks like man on man all over the ground at the moment. Haley the deepest with 2 up for Balwyn, and then looks like Jack Francis for Noble at the other end. Horton Milne is there, but intercepted by McCaffrey. Handball to space. Wilson gathers, loops it over the top. Looks like it's Machete. Gathers, little left foot ball. Might end up on the chest there of Sticker. Sticker did well. Found some space. Check side ball. Might be 2 in a minute for Balwyn. Oh, I think it's play on. Oh, no, the umpire's paid a free kick, but Josh Tua has collided with the goalpost.
Let's have a look at that.
I think the umpire's paid a push. So is he indicating that Charlie Haley pushed him? Yeah, there is a push there. Hands in the back. Pushed him straight into the post as Charlie Haley. Tua's okay. He's taking the kick to Morrison. Definitely wasn't far enough. Morrison goes out wide, finds Quaife. So all's well, it ends well for Noble.
Yep.
And we'll like to keep an eye on Josh Tua because that looked pretty tough as that kick from Quaife is turned over. McDermott, handball to Anderson, low ball, inside forward 50. Trying to get that one there was Williams, couldn't get his hands on it. Now Noble can make them pay. Luke Nelson's got it. Half-back flank for Noble Park. Down the line, they got the 2-on-1. Backing back there in the end was Chancellor, did well. Penderbury mopped up. Wheaton came through, couldn't pick it up cleanly though. And now Noble Park might be able to force something. Little handball came out. Oakes intercepted it for Balwyn. And then Chancellor. Low down the line. Jaffa Williams did well to impact the contest. Byers and Nelson. And we'll get a stoppage on centre wing. Tua looks okay. Sticker probably had to do better in that situation if we go back to that initial kick. They probably should have goaled from there, Balwyn. So Byers went up unopposed. Cross got the clearance, though, down the line for Balwyn. Lyle might get there first ahead of Hillard. Then Hillard and Morrison wrap him up, and we'll have a ball up. So 4.5 minutes gone. Balwyn have been better so far, Brash.
They've been better. They're competing again.
They're starting to get their hands on their footy around the middle. So Anderson slapped to space. Jaffa Williams was the target. He was moving pretty well. Might be a free kick against Quaife. Umpire said no. They just sort of rugby maul it forward here. No, not Balwyn, sorry. And Martin taking in the tackle, and we'll have a ball up just inside 450. Hillard is, he looks a bit shaky off the play here. He's hobbling. I'm sure Besto and Scotty will keep an eye on that. It looks like he's making his way to the interchange gates, which, of course, the way they're shaped here at Noah Park are right in front of the coach's box, so it's a long way to hobble as the players pile in, and we'll have a repeat stoppage here. Forward pocket for Ball, and they trail by 36 points, 5 minutes into this third quarter. Queen's birthday.
One change I have noticed, I think that it looks like Tom Wilson has gone to Sketcher at stoppages to negate that first half.
So Horton Milne put his head over the footy, got it out, but Jaffa Williams got it. Left foot ball across the body. Balwyn have got the first two, have they? No, across the face. But much better for Balwyn. Jaffa Williams can kick those. He's a live wire around goal. They probably need him to get more of the footy. But
the one thing they are able to do, they've been able to hold their ball in this third quarter so far, and they're inside 50 a lot more, Balwyn. So they just can't put it on the board yet.
Takes the kick out. He's a very penetrating kick. Goes long down the line. Anderson flew. Gobleitson will claim the mark. Umpire said it came off hands. Seen them paid, but it was an early call of off hands. So Jordan Lyle there, just interesting to note, he sort of zones about 25 metres out. You'd like your big man a bit further down the line for Balwyn, but Anderson been impressive to start. There will be a free kick coming the way of Balwyn. And it'll go back to Tom McCaffrey. Now, he is probably their best ball user, or has been today. Was delivered to Charlie Haley early. It is Urban. Apologies. Well, he's been quiet by his standards.
Yes, and he's hardly had impact the contest this afternoon.
So what can he do for us? Alex Urban. Lyle's telling him to kick it to the hot spot. In the end, he goes down the line towards Lyle and Morrison. Players converge. Tua got a fist down. McCaffrey gathered it on his right boot. Chipped it over the top towards Jaffa Williams. It was too hot for him and it went through for a behind. So all the scoring at the moment with Balwyn. That's another behind for them this quarter. They're 3-5-23. Noble Park 9-3-57. So 2 goals, oh sorry, 1 goal, 3 already this quarter for the Tigers. So Morrison again, he'll run out of the square and kick long straight up the guts towards Byers and Anderson. Anderson did well, brought it to ground. Urban's there. Anderson followed up his good work. He's been really impressive, Chevy Anderson. Urban fights his way out of it, tried to get it off to McDermott, and then Horton Milne just hacked it forward. Martin got it out to Sketcher. Sketcher under pressure, took on Ridd. Ridd did well, got back the tackle, and then Urban got it over to Oakes. He's about 70 from home. Short chipping ball in the Haley direction. No free kick. Jaffa Williams slaps it to McCaffrey. He left the footy behind. Fairbank putting pressure. McCaffrey does well. Handball came out from Bull. And then a great smother from Jaffa Williams. And then an even better tackle from McCaffrey on Quaife, holding the ball. Balwyn have lifted.
They just got to try and put it on the scoreboard.
I reckon he's got the journey here, Tom McCaffrey. He's going to wheel and go the left footer from just outside the 40. Sets up for home. It's across the face. Can Lyle get there? No, he can't. Neither can Morrison. We'll have a ball in as we go boundary side.
Just keeping an eye on Brenton Hillard. Ball, he's just getting some stretching done. He's getting a bit of massage and a bit of treat. Looks like it could be around about a knee or maybe a lower leg issue. Hasn't been ruled out of the game yet. He hasn't got the tracksuit top on, but we'll keep an eye on him and see if he can get back out there.
So ball in deep in Balwyn's forward 50. Get another one here and it might be game on. Lyle got rid of Francis in the ruck. Sorry, not Francis, Beach. The 2 Jacks.
The one thing that's hurt Balwyn all afternoon is the way they've delivered the ball into the inside 50.
McCaffrey's such a beautiful kick.
I
Like
know,
that's well below his standard.
Yeah, he flubbed that one, though.
He almost, he ran too far and almost kicked it into Sketcher, I think, at the last second. Sketcher not even meaning to be a nuisance.
For all the dominance they've had, they've wasted sort of 8 minutes for
They
one
have.
major, so
Right.
they really need to get one here.
So Martin played for the free kick. The umpire said nothing to him. It's at the top of the square. Haley trying to gather with Tua there for company. Handball came out to Morrison, just slapped it on the boot, got away with it. Martin, one hand. Nonchalant, takes the mark. 20 metres out from his goal. Chipping ball to Horton Milne. And they look pretty safe now, the Bulls, as he goes wider still. Finds a runner in Quave. The kick sort of held up in the wind. And the handball goes to Sketcher. He goes short to Kevin Keane, who dropped what he should have taken, Keane. He might be a chance here for Balwyn. Picked up by Machete. Did really well. Stepped in and out of traffic. Low drilling ball. Bowen Smith was in the way. Might have to go back and get it. Go over to Machete. Machete now. Long ball. One-on-one. Haley and Tua. Tua did well. Got the fist. Haley ended up with the footy. Handball to Jaffa Williams. This one he won't miss.
Nah.
Balwyn get their second of the quarter. They have been all over Noble Park since half-time. The Tigers now 4-5-29. Noble 9-3-57. 9.5 minutes gone, third quarter.
They needed that reward. They needed it.
Yeah, and unfortunately Kevin Keane spent the ball before he had it, and then that was enough to generate the turnover. But still, that wasn't a clean ball inside that 50.
Machete had 2 grabs at it. He's been good, but yeah, you can tell might be that, first or second game vibes under a lot of pressure. But they're doing what we asked of them.
Yep.
So back in the ground. You got anything for us, Paul, so far in the stats for Balwyn this quarter?
For Balwyn, they're winning the clearances 3-2.
Make it 4 as Cross gets that one, Paul. Sorry to cut you off there, mate, as the kick goes to half-forward flank. Quaife under pressure from Jaffa Williams. McCaffrey's been really good this quarter. Got driven into the ground by Horton Milne. Umpire says give it to me. Anything more there, Paul?
Well, they're Noble Park are leading the tackle count 8-5, but they're making them. Balwyn are making them earn
Every kick as Francis takes this mark on centre wing, plays on immediately to centre half forward. Shane Allen's around it. Beautiful work from Ben Marson. Turned Gobleitson, ran to 50 and kicked it. That will sap the Balwyn faithful.
Great call, Fott. I think with Balwyn just before, they've kicked 4 goals, but how many of those have come from turnovers?
Yeah.
There was the first one in the first quarter with Sketcher making a mistake there, and there was a mistake here just in front of us. So I feel like all their goals have come from turnover. So if Noble Park clean it up, they might be able to save this game in the third.
Well, that was just a brilliant kick. I think it was Jack Francis who went to centre half forward, and Marson did that beautifully, didn't he, Brash? His opponent, Gobleitson, actually did really well in the initial one-on-one, and then, I don't know, just half a second where he just sort of zoned out.
But how much space at the Noble Park inside 50 it was. It gave him plenty of room to turn. The kick was well done, was put perfectly to him.
So back out to 34 points. The game has opened up. Elliott won the hit out for Balwyn. Urban, head over the footy. Haley's gone on the ball. Got the handball away. Jaffa Williams flicked it over the top. Bowen Smith, handball even wider, looking for Cross. Couldn't handle it. Horton Milne slid in. Glenn took on the tackler, got his handball away. Now Urban. Jaffa Williams for his second of the quarter, runs to 30, kicked it straight into Morrison. He'll follow up though, Jaffa Williams. Did well, slapped it back to Lyle. Right foot snapped the big moose. Kicked it. He's had about 3 touches, but he's kicked a goal. Ball and get the immediate reply. 5-5-35, the Tigers. Noble Park 10-3-63.
Well, Lyle's gone onto the ball. They've put
Haley, you mean?
Yeah, both.
Jordan Lyle don't go on the ball, mate.
No, I'm just saying he was in the ruck.
No, that was Kyle Elliott.
Oh, was it? Sorry.
Yeah, so Jordan Lyle doesn't jump like that. Haley is on the ball though. They are trying things.
They're throwing their best players at it now. It's either something or champagne for Balwyn here.
And we do know the people of Balwyn love a champagne, Brash.
Oh, no.
It's a very, very, very clever anecdote there. But this quarter, already 3 goals to 1. So the game has definitely opened up, which is good for the neutral. Beach hit out. Horton Milne was tackled as he tried to get his handball away. Cross, handball intercepted by Marson. Fairbank went bang! Ran straight into Sean Cross, who dumped him into the turf safely.
He fights out of his weight class, Fairbank.
He's
very small, but he goes in bloody hard and he can hold his own.
We'll go boundary side.
Yeah, Bretton Hillard's been worked on for about the last 5 minutes, boys. He's just doing some run-throughs now on the sideline. Looks like he's getting ready to come back on, but we'll confirm that in just a moment.
So Noble through Beach, slap it to centre half forward, high up and under Gobleitson and Marson. End up in the hands of Alwyn. Great gather. Handball back to Fairbank. He's got some toe if he can get the footy. Wants his right boot. Turned McCaffrey, then turned Ridd. Then got the handball to Alwyn, who's under pressure from Oakes. Great tackle from Oakes. Ball spills free. Wilson. And then it comes out again to Marson. This time I think it was Jordan. Top of the goal square. Good mark taken down there for Balwyn. And they'll have a chance to reload. Wheaton, I believe it is. He's got no options, clearly. They all look spent, the Balwyn play. So he goes to a one-on-one just on a defensive side of the wing, and beautifully worked by Bowen Smith. Got the ball inboard to Urban. They need to go quickly. Plays on, he's under pressure. Got his kick away just in time. Lyle did well to turn Morrison, but couldn't keep his feet. Morrison gathers it. Handball off. Quaife. Been pretty good, high up and under. Sean Cross and Kevin Keane come out. Keane did well. Cross got the spoil. Martin absolutely threw that. Umpire said play on. Jamie Ridd tries to gather under pressure from Keane and Martin. Great tackle. Umpire says give it to me. That was absolutely a throw.
That was a great call again for Brian Morrison. Again, he's been on fire today. He was brilliant there at centre half back.
He's just a bit more agile than Jordan Lyle so far today at crucial moments. And Cole Martin testing his luck there with that handball in quotation marks as Horton Milne forces it forward, and then taking over the line there is McDermott. Paul, what have you got for us?
Murrelbach are 46 points in front of Montrose, 61 to 15.
So it looks like Murrelbach going to 10-0. Incredible start for the Mustangs. Might have been a push out there by Beach, who then slapped it on the left boot. Will it curl back for a score? No, it won't. He got a fair bit of connection on that, did Jack Beach, as we go back to Paul.
Yeah, I've got some scores from Division 4. Churnside Park lead by 33 points over Croydon North, 50 to 17, and Sylvan lead Nunawading by 134 points, 150 to 16.
I don't need the percentage boost, Sylvan, but it looks like they're going to get it. Penry went long down the line. Urban takes the mark as we go boundary side.
Yeah, Brenton Hillard's back on, boys.
Good news for Noel Park and Brenton Hillard. Urban looking for the leading Williams. Ball gets out the back, gathered. And then the handball from Bull. Good pressure from Balwyn and Bowen Smith, but it's come out the back end. There is Hillard. He's got taped up a little bit. Struggled to get to the pace of the game immediately. But there's a free kick going the way of Balwyn to Bowen Smith. It's not your free kick, unfortunately, Michael Machete. Or Mitchell Machete, apologies. So it'll come all the way back to Bowen Smith. Jaffa Williams, of course, he's got one so far this quarter. Lyle and Haley, the others for Balwyn. Back to 28 points. Chipping ball to centre forward. Dangerous looking kick. Morrison. Spoil almost as good as a kick. Gain 30 metres. Francis, that's a throw, umpire. Umpire Dan Beard doesn't miss him. Tom Wilson playing a defensive role this quarter. Laid the tackle there and he'll get the free kick. So they need to get it inboard. And there we go, to the hole. Chevy Anderson's the target. Can he get a hand to it? He can. Sits up. Jaffa Williams slaps it forward. Haley's the danger man. It gets out the back. McDonald. High, up and under, off the side of the boot. Out of bounds on the full. Yes, it is. And Nathan Oakes will get the free kick. So you want to move it quickly. Anderson's the deepest tall target. Williams is down there as well. Not much movement, really, from the Balwyn forward. So Oakes will just go low into the pocket looking for Haley. Great kick. Nothing Josh Tua could do about that. And Charlie Haley is marked 30 metres out, tucked in front of the old scoreboard here at Pat Wright Senior Oval.
Well, he's
going to want to run around, Brash.
Yeah, this is his
bread and butter.
Yep.
So Haley, this would be a massive captain's goal to bring it back to 22 points. He's taking his time. I think he's going to run around eventually, you would say, but they're quite open pockets here at Noble.
McDonald's close there.
He is close. Haley, so far, runs around. McDonald got close to the mark. He hasn't got the distance as Charlie Haley, and Hillard back on the ground. Knocks it through for a rush behind. I do agree he was close.
I think they've given the mark being the boundary line rather than
where he marked it.
Yeah, he should be in.
I think, well, to be honest, Charlie Haley, if anyone was going to tell the umpire, it would have been Charlie. He's kicked 1 goal 3 today as well, Haley. Balwyn 5-6-36. Trail by 27 points. Noah Park 10-3-6-3. Long kick from Morrison out. Finds Ziggy Orwin playing really well as a high half forward. He goes short inboard to Jordan Marson, who marks right half back for Noble. He's got an option out wide. He goes past that to the ruckman in Beach. Couldn't control it, slapped it back into the corridor, and now Balwyn might be away. Machete, handball, Ridd. Can he get a handball? He can to Jaffa Williams. He's got an option in Oakes, ignores him, goes with a chipping ball down the line to Sticker. He gathers, he's under pressure, so gets it inside 450 while he can. Bowen Smith does really well to work his man under it. Ball hits the deck and is just thrusted over the line for a boundary throw-in back where Charlie Haley had that shot at goal.
They just can't take a clean mark in their forward 50 ball, and all day that's been the case.
I don't know where Jordan Lyle is. I'm surprised he hasn't met the target recently. He might be on the bench. He is. He and Alex Urban are on the bench currently. So Anderson and Beach will do work. Anderson slapped it to a dangerous spot, but Horton Milne gathered, gave it off to Jordan Marston, who bursts out a defensive 50 long down the line to centre forward. Byers front spot. The gloved one takes the mark. He's got Luke Nelson on if he wants it. He played on the big ruck. That has to be a throw. Gave it to Alban. Great tackle from Reed. Got the handball to Sketcher at centre forward, and then Wilson wraps him up. And Noble have absolutely cooked that one.
He's actually lucky there, Byers, because he could have done himself a serious injury because his foot actually implanted into that.
Did he? I just sort of looked up to see if he was going to give it to Luke Nelson, and then before I looked back and he'd almost dropped the footy. So Horton Milne slapped it cleverly, and then it ends up in the hands of Alwyn, who, with time and space, gets it out wide towards Francis and Chancellor does well and takes over the line for a boundary throw-in. Tyler's looking very feverishly at his notes.
I just think that I think that Yaron Jaffa-Williams had a really good quarter. They were very stagnant in the first half, and he's had a lot of run.
That's what he can add, yeah. He's a talented player, Jaffa-Williams. So the 230s go out in the ruck, Elliott and Beach, and then Noble win it forward. Shane Allen's got his hands on it, just sort of flicks it out wide. Great tackle down there from McDermott. Noble get their hands free. Wilson, dangerous handball to Oakes, who's had a lot of it this term as well, out wide looking for Sean Cross. But he's missed a lot, out of bounds on the full. So pressure on this ball in defence. They've done a lot of good work to get it back to 27 points. Be pretty deflating to let Noble Park get another one.
Yeah, but it's their disposal that's still hurting them, though.
Oh, absolutely. So this kick is to the top of the goal square. Byers is the target. Elliott got first hands to it for Balwyn, and then the ball hit the deck. A lot of Balwyn players around this one. Chancellor has taken in a tackle, and we'll have another ball up. Top of the goal square for Noble Park. 10-3-63 the Bulls. Their only goal of the quarter coming from Ben Marston. Lead by 27 points. Ball is cleared to centre half back for Bowen. Bowen Smith and Jack Francis, the contestants. Smith got the handball away to Wilson. Wilson might have been ping holding the ball. Umpire said play on. Alwyn's around it, left the footy behind. It's cleared by Wilson. High up and under. Who's underneath this one? In the end, nobody. Hits the deck, coming through his Bull. Well done by Jaffa-Williams. Slapped it out to the wing. He does well. Keeps it in front of him. Bull for Company. Bull did really well. Got it back now. Handball came out there from the number 23 in Gaines of Noble Park. And then it's locked up by McCaffrey, and the Bowen defensive stood tall in that little passage.
I still think Hillard's struggling a little bit out there.
Yeah, he doesn't look
no, he's not 100%.
as fit as he was in that first quarter where he had a lot of it. That's holding the ball against Kyle Martin. Don't see that often. And Tom McCaffrey is going to claim the free kick. No, Bowen Smith will get it. So Smith, Cross, McCaffrey, 38, 48 and 58 have all impressed for ball in this quarter. And Smith goes to McCaffrey, defensive side of centre wing. 27 points of difference. Can they get another one ball? And touched off the boot of Horton Milne. Quaife does well, got a spoil in. Oakes leads the race, but it ends up in the hands of Marston. Gave it off to Sketcher, gave it back to Marston. It was too hot for him to handle. Handball from Kevin Keane will find its way to Horton Milne. Blind handball over the top towards Jordan Marston. Sketcher kept running, got his handball over the top to Luke Nelson. Wants his right foot, gave it back to Martin. He runs to 30, steadies, snaps, misses.
I think he took that a little bit too easy.
Should have gone the drop punt, maybe, Tyler?
Yeah, I think the droppy was in order there, but you can't really doubt what he does on the footy field. But how is it? Just a work rate from Noble there. They just got on the move and they knew that it was theirs.
Sketcher just continues to run forward. Tom Wilson has done a pretty good job on him.
Yeah, well, he's curbed his influence. He has been allowing, Sketcher was able to just run through the contest freely.
Paul, any stats for us, mate, that are jumping out at you?
Bowen are leading the tackles in this quarter, 14-11.
It's good for them. They were down on that before. Pendlebury takes his full measure and then goes to the wing. Keane will fly at it. Good mark taken by Chancellor. Got the handball away immediately. Machete. Good kick. Jordan Lyle. Handball to Haley. This is better from Bowen. It's a one-on-one down the line in Williams. Great kick. Might have been a free kick by Gaines. Does well. Williams kept it loose. McCaffrey came in. Quaife, dived below the knees. Both sides appeal for free kicks. And in the end, the umpire says ball up. So much better piece of play there from Balwyn.
But even that ball into the inside 50 there still didn't hit the mark.
No. So Horton Milne came through. No free kick. Marston got it from Sketcher. That's Jordan. He goes down the line. Doing well. There's Wheaton. Got his handball away just in time under pressure from Shane Allen. And we'll have a ball in centre wing. Feels like this next goal is pretty much going to decide whether this game's alive or not going into the last quarter. 23 minutes gone. It's a 28-point margin in favour of the host, but it was a 7-goal margin at half-time. So Balwyn have pegged it back Urban and Horton Mill. No ruckman got onto it. Horton Mill handball to Jordan Marston. Pokes it to the top of the goal square. Byers will fly. Can he bring it down? No, he can't. Handball from McDermott. Off to Chancellor. Ducked his head. Umpire might ping him. No. Ball up.
Very lucky there, Chancellor, because his first instinct was to actually duck and look for the free kick. Could have easily gone the other way.
Absolutely. This is a very important stoppage. So it's hit to space. Chancellor's around it again. The ball's just following him at the moment. And there's going to be a free kick for a high going the way of Chancellor. He's got Goblitson to immediately give the handball should he want. He's not going to. Lyle's the option down the line. That's where he goes. Lyle attacks this one, but getting back in the hole, taking a strong mark, is Anthony Marson. That's a pretty poor kick. So Marson now. They'll go in the Byers' direction again. Chancellor sits in the hole. Byers brought it to ground. Handball from Godleitson. No, it was tackled by Orwin. Martin. Handball out wide to Allen. Went the check side. Got smothered off the boot, and then Chancellor just slaps it out of bounds.
That's deliberate.
For a boundary throw-in.
Oh, gee.
And there's an injury behind play here. Looks like Chris Pendlebury's getting helped off the ground. That's shocking news, not only for today for Balwyn, but for the next, well, however long.
Struggling to put weight on his left leg, hobbling on his right.
They'll also be 2 down for the rest of this game. We'll go to the score centre in a second, Paul. It's just thrown in deep in Noel Park's forward 50. Well done by Byers. Took it out of the ruck, tried to snap it over his body, smothered by Anderson. Urban took on a couple of tacklers, did really well to find space, and then chipped it out wide. I think he wanted to bomb it long and then realised Pendlebury was still there, hobbling off. Lyle does well. Handballs over the top to Haley, and then he slapped it forward to McCaffrey. Later, little Shepherd. Tua did really well, kept running. Quaife came in. Great handball. Morrison, Fairbank, short ball, smothered from Jaffa Williams. And now Haley's down behind the play. Not exactly sure what happened there. The Noble faithful seem to think Charlie's taken a dive.
No sympathy from those boys down there.
No, Pendlebury putting a little bit of weight on his ankle as he's walking along the boundary line, so might be some hope still. Thrown in, centre wing. Anderson did well, took it out of the ruck, popped it up. Haley and Tua down there are the options. Well done, coming through was Urban. Haley there, dives on the footy. Urban, can he get the handball away? There's a free kick. Play on. He's taken the advantage, says the umpire. Urban wants the footy back. Morrison intercepted it for Noble. Down the line, Goblitson's at the back. Got the fist in, so Marson couldn't mark. Chancellor, handball out wide to Cross. Gave it back. Handball over the top now to Anderson. Urban's the target with his handball. No, Goblitson's got it. Short chipping ball. Good kick. And Oakes marks. 45 out from goal. Hillard is still proppy on that right leg. He's not moving freely. And Oakes can go back from 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
He's had a good quarter, Oakes.
And if he kicks this, it'll be a great quarter. Winds up from just outside the arc, pops it up. There's no one down there. He didn't try to kick through it. And in the end, Beach can take an uncontested mark and handball to Jack Francis. Really disappointing a couple of times, these guys having shots for goal. I'm sure there's more to it, but he just sort of poked at it as Kyle Martin takes the mark on the far wing.
But in the end, he took the mark uncontested, Beach.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And it wasn't in.
So Martin has gone to switch to Hillard, who doesn't want to kick. He is hobbling. Got the handball to Morrison, who surged off Lyle. Goes inside forward 50. Chancellor and Orwin gets out the back. Orwin will win the foot race, but the ball goes over the line for a boundary throw-in.
I know the game's gotten a bit tighter since half-time, but you've got to get Hillard off. If he does something that's going to jeopardise their season when they're 5 goals up with 30 minutes of play left, they've just got to get him off for me.
Yeah, I don't know whether he always gives that handball to Morrison, but he didn't even think of kicking.
He's proppy.
When you're standing in the centre of the Pat Wright Senior Oval with plenty of space, you're thinking of kicking, aren't you? As the ball goes up, trying to surge through there was Ben Marson. Already kicked 1 goal this quarter. That might be holding the ball. It is. That man Marson will go back and line up for his 4th.
I thought that might have been Ziggy with the free kick there.
No, he was hovering, Ziggy, but the tackle there is definitely Ben Marson.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was more just the momentum stop on Wheaton, who couldn't dispose of it correctly, and this might kill the game here, gents.
Well, he's coming up for goal number 4, I think.
He'd be up there in Player of the Day, Eastland Player of the Day. He's sort of gone under the radar, but 4 goals in a fairly scrappy game. Ben Marson shouldn't miss from here. Kicked a goal in the first and second quarter. Kicked 1 earlier this term. Keeps it low, keeps it straight. Noble get that steadying goal that might just sap all the energy out of Balwyn's surge. They're 11-4-70, Balwyn 5-6-36. We've gone 27.5 minutes in this third quarter.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be too much more time left in this quarter. Look, Balwyn for the opening 10 minutes were offering pretty spirited opposition, and looked like they were going to get themselves back in, but once again, their disposal in the inside 50 has really hurt them all afternoon.
How many marks inside 50, Paul, have Balwyn had all day?
Well, they've had 7. They've taken the last 6 marks inside 50, but they're not taking opportunities.
No,
They've
you're
just
right.
been too wasteful in front of goal, and it's going to be a hard ask in the last quarter.
Yeah, especially if Oaks had kicked that other one, you give them a chance. Anyway, Martin got that clearance, and then Balwyn have burst off the here. Wheaton trying to make up for that error. It's got stuck in the mud, as are Balwyn at three-quarter time. Noble Park here at Pat Wright Senior Oval are 11-4-70. Ben Marston leads the way with 4 goals. They lead Balwyn 5-6-36 at three-quarter time. On Queen's birthday, we're at the Bull Ring. We're going to a break, and when we come back, we'll see if Rodney can mastermind a victory or whether Noble can jump into second on the ladder.
Today at Eastland, Lucy's trying on jeans for a momentous occasion. Coffee with the ex.